what's up, you guys? I'm Sharice.
I'm Curtis.
And we are
the Ramses.
And we're in the parking lot, you guys.
Of Target.
About to head in there. But before we do, we wanted to make a video.
Storytime. About labor and delivery.
Yes.
And how it was. And if you guys haven't seen the labor and delivery video, make sure you guys do.
Oh, yes.
Make sure you guys subscribe, like, share, comment.
And tap the bell. Oh, yeah, I got a fork in my hand. So we just left Chick-Fil-A. I was a little bothered. I'm kind of bothered still. Not gonna lie, kind of threw my whole vibe off. But we had an order that we wanted to get, and we didn't check the bag. I guess that's where we went wrong. But didn't check
Chick-fil-A is so consistent. You never...
I know, you don't expect them to do stuff like that. But this is probably one of those situations that happens once every...
They mad because of the Popeyes thing. But we didn't eat the chicken sandwich. I swear. Chick-fil-A, we loyal. We didn't even eat the chicken sandwich.
We haven't even tried them yet. But they accidentally got our orders switched up. And so now we kind of have to settle for less. Yeah. They gave us a spicy deluxe with pepper jack. I'm like, wow, I don't even eat this.
Chicken nuggets. We ordered 2 number ones. If you don't know what that is, that's just a regular combo. Chicken sandwich with the fries, Sprite. We ordered the mac and cheese.
We ordered the mac and cheese because we wanted to try it.
Try that.
That was all they got right, but we just called them because they're about to close anyways. So they it worked in our favor.
It sure did. They're giving us 2. They're gonna give us our meal that they didn't give us. and then give us 2 free gift cards, and it was apologetic. So Chick-fil-A, shout out to y'all. Y'all took care of us.
We forgive y'all.
We appreciate it. For right now, I guess we gonna munch on these chicken nuggets, deluxe sandwich, and the mac and cheese. She's been wanting to try this forever.
I want to try it. Yeah, they had a picture of it in the front, so I was like, okay. But yeah, guys. So it started August 26th. Which was Monday.
Yeah.
And I was induced to be there. The time that I was supposed to be there was 9 o'clock. I had to check in 2 hours early. So in the meantime, we're cleaning up the house. So by the time we come back, the house is clean. The babies, all of our stuff was been packed. So we were pretty much prepared for that.
Everything was in the car.
Yeah, everything was in the car. So that day kind of went by very fast. Like, I wasn't expecting that day to go by as quick as it did, but it did. And so they told us they had a bed available, and we went in at 9. We got everything we needed. And actually, let me backtrack a little bit. I got my hair done about an hour or 2 before we left. Cora took the time to do my little 2 braids to the side. It was so cute. We'll let you know what happened to them later on in the story. But yeah, so we go into the hospital. He drops me off in the front, and I check in. I walk up. They thought that I was coming to see somebody, so they put me through this whole process, and I'm just like, I'm about to be late. I'm like, oh my goodness. And I was having contractions here and there too, so I knew that he was coming soon, but I didn't think he was going to come that day though. Not at all. But
I did.
I thought he was actually going to come on Tuesday. I was sold on that day. Like, I don't know. I just thought we go in at 9. By the time the process starts, he'll be here on Tuesday, but nah. And so they gave me they just started asking me all these questions, and they finally found out that I was the patient, so they kind of felt dumb. But I finally was going upstairs, and in my mind, I'm just thinking, wow, this is really happening. This is finally happening. That's what I kept thinking in my head. I didn't know what to expect, so I was just like people say, it's a fear of the unknown. You don't know what to expect, so all this stuff is going through your head. You're just like, oh my gosh. But it turned out great. But then from there, you meet me upstairs, and after you park the car and everything, it's pretty good, huh? Yeah, it's pretty good.
Chick-fil-A. Okay.
I'm gonna take one of your nuggets. But yeah, so that was just, my mind was just going, thoughts going through my head. But we sat on that couch. There, by the way, Jacob Center, La Jolla is so beautiful.
Man.
It makes you feel. I felt like I was on a mini vacation.
Man, it felt like a hotel. They take care of you. Everything high tech. Like I said, you have to go check out that labor and delivery video so y'all can see it. I'm talking about the iPads, control the lights, the shades. It made it comfortable. You know, it was just an amazing experience. But I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
You're good. No, yeah, it was really that great. I could say the same. We could talk about it for days because honestly, I felt like I was on a vacation. I was like, no, we leaving today? I almost didn't want to leave, but I did. I did want to finally take the baby home. So as we're waiting, they call us into the room, and it's just like everything just started going through my mind. The whole tour, the rooms that she showed us, and we're finally walking into this room. Like, you know, I don't. How did you feel walking into the room? Like, this is finally happening. Kind of nervous, huh?
Yeah, like, not really nervous, but just excited. When we left the house, you know, I looked at her and I was like, man, this is the last time we're going to leave the house, like, alone. Like,
I know.
We're coming back with the whole child. And so, and by the way, Kamari's with his grandma. You're probably like, well, where is he? He's with his grandma right now. But, you know, going into the room, it was just, you know, like, okay, this is really going down. It's really happening. So, around 1 o'clock in the morning, they finally induce her. And then we stayed up. They said it'll take a little while before the contractions really
4
start.
hours, yeah.
So we ended up dozing off, I think, for a little bit.
Yeah, we
didn't
did.
really get no sleep watching TV. And then 10 o'clock comes, kind of wake up, and, you know, I get dressed, like changed, and, you know, she's starting to feel the contractions more. And Kamari's godmother came by, Gail, and
Shout out to Gail.
shouts out. Future, what is it called? Doula?
Oh, future doula.
Future doula.
They were trying to hire her on the spot.
But, so, you know, they're talking, her contractions is coming where, you know, I'm massaging her back. She's doing things on, like, the stress ball or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, just really trying to relax her, you know, just talking and, you know, got some food. She was able to eat. And their food there is amazing, too.
Oh, yeah, their food was good.
By the way, amazing. But, and so then, like, it's getting later, and so they break her water. And now the contractions are starting to kick.
Oh, yes. The Pitocin, for anyone who has any kids or went through the same thing, you guys might be familiar with the Pitocin, but if you aren't, Pitocin is something they give you in your IV to start your inducing. They actually inserted a pill that he talked about that started to kick in. So the nurses left us there and said they'll come back out in 4 hours and check on us. That's when you said we fell asleep. So yeah, so from there it's like, oh, you know, with the pill I was having more contractions. Like, they were increasing, but it was bearable. Like, it wasn't bad. Like, I was like, okay, well, if these are the extent of the pain that I'm about to experience in these contractions, that I can do this.
It was nothing to her. The nurses was like shocked, like, oh my gosh. I mean, she was a champ the whole way through.
Thank you.
But then let's go like later in the day. The contractions are coming in tough.
After the Pitocin, yeah. And after the Pitocin, my contractions started increasing to the point that I was like, man, I don't know. I was rethinking everything. I was still on the same page as not, because, you know, before you go in, you should have a birth plan on whether or not you want to have sometimes a C-section is not up to you, but whether or not you want epidural or not. You know, that's the whole big thing that everybody kind of has to figure out. Oh, am I going to take epidural if my contractions increase? Or am I really just going to have a natural birth? So my plan was natural. I was like, you know, I never even thought that I would take it. I never thought past, like, what if they got worse? What would you do? I just thought that I would. I just didn't realize how it's my first time.
I mean, and it's like I said, she handled it, and you know, I couldn't be more proud. Like,
thank you.
I really like, man, she's a soldier. She really did what she had to do. So now the doctors come in, and she was like, they said when she feels pressure, that's when, you know, the baby's ready to come. She's been feeling pressure. The doctor's kind of like, you know, not yet. They'll send in the other doctors to check. The doctor comes in and he checks, and she is 10. What is it? 10 meters?
No, I wasn't.
10 centimeters dilated.
Was it?
Yeah, he was like, "You're ready to push." So
he was like, "You're in labor. You're going into labor right now." I'm like, "Are you serious?" he was funny.
Right. But he was cool. Like I said, shouts out to all the nurses and doctors that help us deliver our beautiful baby boy. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We thank y'all. Y'all was amazing. I can't say that enough. Y'all truly blessings. But so, you know, he's like, "You're ready to push." She kind of breaks down how she should be pushing. Then she starts pushing, and she did amazing. She was pushing for about 3 hours, and then finally, it was like, all right, we could see his head. Like, you got this. Like, you know, if you watch the other video, you'll see like a whole team around her, just pushing her, motivating her, like just really telling her she got this. You know, I'm just trying to be as calm as possible for her and just motivate her, let her know, you know, God is with us. We are not alone. We got this. She got this. And, you know, and then one final push, and
Kamari was here. I was so frustrated, though, just tracking back. I was kind of frustrated because I was pushing for 3 hours, and it's like, the nurses are literally telling me, like, girl, you know, once the 4th hour hits, we have to go into a C-section. Like, that's their procedures there, so that's what they would have to do. And I was just like, yo, that's not what I want to do.
And if you know Sharice, when her mind made up about something, it's made up. She don't hear
pretty much.
Nothing. Doctor, she don't care who you are. She ain't hearing that. So.
No, I'm not. So, no, I'm not. But, yeah, so I was like, I definitely don't want that to happen. So this was really a faith experience for me because, you know, I'm not even trying to like preach or anything. I swear I'm not. But I just feel like it was a test, you know, like, because a test of my faith to see, can you really do this or not, or are you going to believe in yourself when no one else is believing in you, type of thing. So I, you know, in the middle of me pushing, it got really tough, you know, like, to the point I felt like I couldn't do it anymore, or try to figure out other options. But the circle of people that I had around me was like, you will not get a C-section. Like, these are nurses telling me.
The doctors told them, so, like, until they, like, really know that the baby's about to come, that's when they'll suit up into their gear. He told them early, he told Sharice, like, look, we're about to put on our gear now because we're really about to have this baby right now. And we're just telling her, like, babe, you got this. It's, like, right here. And it was just amazing.
It was amazing.
She pushed through it. She did what she had to do. Like I told her, like, the only person that was doubting you in that room was yourself.
That's true.
Everyone around you knew that you could do this. Everyone.
They kept speaking to me. Like, I wanted people in my room because I wanted people, like, you know, faith-based, like, people pushing me, like, oh, you're gonna get through this. Like, you know, I didn't know that nurses were really, like, be that supportive, you know, in that sense. But they were telling me, you will not get a C-section, girl. You know, we see the head, you're almost there. You have it. We're not going through there's no other way out of this. You're going to push him tonight, like, basically. So I thank all those nurses for just being there as that support and just really telling me like not to give up. And Gail, and down to Gail, who was
The
encouraging.
other godmother was there. Shout out to Ilana.
It's so funny, you know. This I just think it's all. This is crazy. I don't even know how
everything
to
just pieces
explain
together.
it, but the fact how we chose them as godparents, and then how they both was there for witnesses, like it's just it wasn't even like on purpose. Like it's just
everything was.
But there is purpose, okay. But you know, I was just so amazed how they both were there too, because
Ilana just came just to visit. She didn't know like she just so happened to be there while Sharice was going into labor. Like, oh, well, so
yeah.
You know, it was that type of thing. But you know, everyone there was just so helpful. You know, so amazing. I couldn't be more proud of Sharice, like I said, and bringing our son into this world.
How does it feel?
Looking back at it, it's just like, wow. You know, like when you're there, you're still trying to take everything in, but once you finally settle down and we have Kamari at home, you know, and I'm watching the video, it's just like, wow, you know.
And he's just there. Oh my gosh,
he is amazing. Don't worry. We are gonna have a video that's gonna be about him pretty soon. Don't trip. So yeah, I mean, it was amazing. So after that, you know, she did skin to skin.
Is it on already?
Yeah. They weighed the baby. The baby was 8 pounds,
4.6 ounces,
20 inches long.
20 inches long.
Born at 12:52.
Yep. He just made the 28th. He would have been the 27th.
Yeah. But so he was born. We love him to death. Now we go upstairs to the 10th floor, which is the top floor, penthouse. And we went up there, and they gave us our own room, and we
got there about 4 in the morning.
So now, fast forward to Friday, which is release day.
Oh yeah.
They give us a celebration dinner.
Oh yeah.
Lunch.
Celebration. It could be breakfast, lunch, or dinner. You get to choose if you want them, but basically it's like a special dinner. They wheeled in a beautiful table, and you know they had they gave us a choice to pick.
And we picked our foods, and it was just amazing. Now we are ready to go home. Now we're ready to bring our son home. We have the crib ready, everything ready for him. We're just ready to be home and be back into the comfort of our home. So, get the car seat, load him up, drive home. He slept the whole way home, got home, and it was just amazing walking back into the house. And
with him.
Yeah.
It was such a different feeling.
It is.
It don't feel the same anymore.
Well, okay.
Not even in a bad way.
So before we end the video, like, what are you going to miss the most about being pregnant?
Being able to feel him kick.
Yeah.
Like being inside of me and just experiencing him actually living and growing in me.
Yeah, I think that's amazing.
I think I've missed that.
Yeah, I think same here. I think just the ultrasounds and just the journey.
Whole experience.
Yeah, it was amazing. Like, man, that journey was amazing.
Honestly, I would do it again.
Okay.
Not soon, but
Not
Not
right now.
anytime soon, but
What
yeah.
is she trying to hint at?
I'm just saying.
But okay, and then another question. Like, what do you think? Like, what is the most amazing part about now? Like, with having him home and
Having
everything.
I feel like the bonding time, the skin to skin, the breastfeeding, just interacting with him. Period. I sometimes just hold him and talk to him.
He's an amazing baby. I mean, also at our Instagram, the underscore Ramses underscore fam. It'll be
Right there.
okay. And so make sure you guys add that. He had his first photo shoot today. He is a week
Oh
old.
yeah, we can show you guys pictures.
7 days, and it's a good photo shoot too. Make sure you guys add
Shout out
us
to
on
my
there.
husband who took those pictures. No, we didn't go to a photography place and spend a whole bunch of money.
Yeah, so make sure you guys stay tuned for our next video. I think our next videos, we don't know what order it'll be in, but we're going to show you Kamari's first football game.
Oh yeah.
This Sunday, we're going to go watch the Dallas Cowboys. Go Cowboys, if you didn't know. Our family's big on Dallas.
Okay.
You know, it's a Cowboys thing. We're also going to have, a breast milk tasting. I guess we could call it a breast milk
I've
tasting.
been feeling leakage and just whenever we check his bottles, and I'm just like, I'd be tempted to want to taste it, but I'm waiting until we officially do it together.
I'm curious. So I guess we're going to have a breast milk tasting and have that video. We're going to have the video with Kamari. Don't worry, it's coming.
Oh yes.
We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We thank y'all. The support has been amazing.
Yes, guys. Thank you.
Stay tuned for these videos that are coming up. And once again, we're going to need you to like,
Comment,
share
subscribe, and hit the bell.
at the top to get notifications. We out.